Hello, welcome back to another pet peeve video. Addiction. Yes, that's one of the things that a lot of people in this hobby do not want to talk about. This hobby is fun. Collecting something is fun. Okay? It's human. It's one of those bizarre things that many species, many animals do not do. We are different. We're not the only one, okay? But for the most part, that separate us from a lot of other creatures on this earth. And most people collect something. I make no excuse to say that I love to collect money. But I also collected stamps. That was the very first thing that I collected. And then, of course, comic books. But I dabble in baseball cards, sport card, even beer can. Yeah, at one point. Um, but there is one aspect of this hobby that really annoys me. It's a big pet peeve. It's addiction. It's one of those words that I think a lot of people don't want to talk about because if you're in this hobby long enough, you see it. You see it, okay? There's a difference between enjoying the hobby and then there are obsession overdoing it. It's just like any other thing that we enjoy in life. Drinking, having a beer or two here and there is not a big deal. But some people are addicted to alcohol and they need to overdo it all the time, right? Um, Gambling. I've been to Vegas many times, sometimes twice a year in my younger days, twice or three times a year in my younger days. But I have not been there in 20 years. Okay, well, the last time I went there was with my wife when she was pregnant with Anthony, and that was the last time. So that's literally 15 years ago. So moderation has always been something that I preach. Sure, occasionally I have went overboard with something, but for the most part, I think I'm lucky in that I don't have that kind of mind that prone to addiction or something. My mind have other issues, but not prone to addiction of any other form. But my pet peeve is when I see that kind of behavior in this hobby, and then I see other people, egging on people that show obvious sign of addiction, a problem, buying things they can't afford, overdoing it. Cool, bro. Don't give up. Keep buying. Collecting is a thing. You're not gonna see me egging on anyone in this hobby to do anything. I don't go out there tell people what to buy, what they should buy, what they should collect, what they should invest in. I can see enough of that on a daily, hourly basis on YouTube, as so many other people love to do all that, right? But yeah, it's a huge pet peeve of mine to see addiction in this hobby because I realize it is a problem, a psychological problem. I don't have a solution. Trust me, I'm not here to tell you that, oh, that's my pet peeve and I had the perfect solution to stop somebody from being sucked into this hobby and overdoing it. I don't have the solution. I just know that it's a pet peeve of mine to see that going on a daily basis. I'm not sure how many people have been around YouTube long enough to remember seeing this video. I can tell you about maybe 7 years ago or 8, my first 2 years or so in this hobby, in this community. Okay, I've been on YouTube now for 9 years, but I think 2 or 3 years into this hobby, there was a channel that collected trades, paperback, and omnibus. And this YouTuber was talking about he has an addiction to buy these things because he felt a need, a desire, an obsession to support the publisher. And he showed a room. He literally there's a video of him showing a room where it was stacked with trade paper bags and omnibus from the floor to who knows what. It was a complete clutter of stuff, and he talked about how he can't afford these things. He's obsessed with these things. He's addicted to buying these things. He's not even reading them, and it's a financial burden on him to do this. And he felt bad that he can no longer support the publisher. And I sat there, watched that video, and I said to myself, the publisher doesn't care if you go into personal bankruptcy for your addiction. Okay, so let's realize that this is your personal issues, not, don't make it like you're doing the world some kind of good. It was sad though. I'm chuckle about it, but it was sad to see someone spiral into that kind of problem because they are addicted to this stuff. And you know, it's I don't really have an answer. Okay, I just know it's a huge pet peeve of mine to see, and I see this all the time. You know, I know people that buy things they don't need, buy things they don't even want. They just feel a need to buy something because that's what you're supposed to do in this hobby. You know, you can't just go to a convention and walk out with nothing. I have the last two conventions that I went to. One, San Diego Comic Con in 2007, and in the same year I went to the Tampa Bay Con. Both times I walked in and walked out with nothing, and it felt good. Okay, it felt like, okay, I just wasted thousands of dollars to fly my family, to get hotel in San Diego. And when I was at the con, I'm just like, do I need to compensate all the money that I wasted to be here in this cluster F of people and buy and overpay for something just because I'm here? No, I'm not going to do that. Same thing with Tampa Bay. I went to Tampa Bay after the con after, and the same thing. I'm just like, why would I drive? I drove an hour plus. Parking was complete clutter mess. Inside, I don't see anything I need or want to add to my collection. Overpaying for things I don't need. Yeah, I'm blessed. Okay, I gotta say that I feel very lucky that I'm not obsessed, addicted to this stuff. Not anymore. Maybe in my younger days, but no. So yeah, it's a huge pet peeve of mine. Maybe other people think it's not a big deal. I think it is a huge deal. Addiction to anything is not a good thing. Even work, okay? Addicted to work is not a good thing either because there's more important things in life than work. Family, quality of life. Anyhow, hopefully this video makes sense. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.